What's up, everybody? It is your boy, the Bad Diggity Dizzle, back with another New York Giants Vizzle. What's going on, everybody? How we doing? How's our Thursday going? Obviously, I need a shave really bad. I kind of want to talk a little bit about what happened at practice today. My man, the entertainer, tweeted out, just kind of sick of the Daniel Jones debate, sick of everybody talking about practice. I'm with him. I'm definitely, and I'm serious this time, man. I ain't talking about Daniel Jones during practice at all. I'm not going to talk about it. I'll talk about what he does against Cincinnati and the Jets if he plays. And then, of course, obviously, during the games at practice, no. Because, listen, man, at the end of the day, we're just going to have to find out what happens. Yeah, there's going to be all this speculation about Tyrod Taylor. There's going to be stories about Daniel Jones and everything else. And much like me doing videos on training camp, I mean, it's not my job. I just like to talk about the Giants and observe, or give you my opinions on what I read about what goes on in practice. It's their job to mention what goes on in practice. So it is what it is. But honestly, man, no more Daniel Jones stuff for me till they play some games. Anyway, finally, Kenny Golladay had a really good day today. And I got this from the New York Post. So they said, this is the practice everyone was waiting for. Kenny Golladay looked like a game changer. Now, we have been talking about Kenny Golladay, or I've been talking about Kenny Golladay with papers, the media, Twitter. Is he really 100% vested? Is he giving it his all? Is he letting Daniel Jones down? Is he going to be the guy he was in Detroit? Did the Giants make a mistake? Is he overpaid? Is he not giving the effort? Well, today he had a really good day. And yesterday, it was obvious Kenny Golladay was extremely frustrated. Adoree Jackson, Golladay made a catch. Adoree Jackson punched the ball out. They said they don't know if that would have been ruled incomplete or a fumble. But either way, Golladay picked the ball up and tossed it because obviously he's been frustrated. I mean, listen, when you're in New York, you're going to hear the chirping. You're going to hear everything around. You're going to hear all the voices. You're going to hear all the criticism. So it can wear on a player. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And I think they know when they're not doing their best. I think Kenny Golladay knows he's had a rough start to his New York Giants career, and hopefully he can turn it around when things matter most. I know a lot of guys on here are like, Baddog, you're too hard on these guys during practice. And again, I just give you my opinion on what they do in practice, but obviously I'd rather the guy do bad in practice and do good in the game. I think every Giants fan could say that. I think we'd rather them perform in the game, but it says Kenny Golladay looked like a game changer, securing multiple difficult catches in team periods. He said the best was a 40-yard bomb on which he had to adjust in the air to an off-the-mark throw by Daniel Jones and hang on to the ball as he crashed to the ground. Now, that's the New York Post being critical of Daniel Jones because I saw that pass on Twitter. I saw the video. I mean, it was a tough catch, but it's a catch that a receiver in the NFL should make. I thought the throw was good by Daniel Jones. I didn't see it be off the mark. Kenny Golladay had to stretch a little bit. He didn't have to lay out to get his stretch a little bit. It's something a receiver needs to make in the NFL. It was a nice catch, but God, it wasn't like the throw was way off. I don't know why they put that in there. I didn't think that was necessary to say that the ball was off the mark. I thought it was a good pass because you can see the video on Twitter. The bad, it says Adoree Jackson, Yusef Corker, and Tay Crowder dropped interceptions. Corker's was near the goal line, and Crowder's was on the play after Golladay's field change catch. Jackson continues to undercut routes. Wink Martindale's defense is obviously extremely aggressive, so that's why they've caused a lot of turnovers. You don't hear much about the pass rush because can't hit the quarterback, so we really don't know what's a sack, what's not a sack, what would be a sack. You don't know if Daniel Jones could get out of it, but escape the whatever. So you don't hear a lot about that. But it is interesting that, these guys have played pretty well. And honestly, I thought the Giants secondary did good against the Patriots outside of Aaron Robinson's performance. Speaking of the Patriots, Wink Martindale fires back at Bill Belichick. I love it. Bill Belichick, he was mad that Wink Martindale blitzed. They asked Wink Martindale about that. What do you think about Bill's comments? And Wink Martindale just gave him a little, we're on to Cincinnati. Because that's what Bill Belichick would do whenever they would lose a game or he'd ask a question. Somebody would ask a question about that. We're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Cleveland. We're on to wherever we're going. It's on to Cleveland. It's on to New York. Whatever, he wouldn't answer the question. So I thought Wink handled that very well. That was pretty funny. And then this reporter here, this is Robert Sabo, by the way. That's the picture. Who is this article by? Ryan Dunleavy. So Ryan Dunleavy says, C.J. Board made 2 touchdown catches, one from Jones and one from Tyrod Taylor. The one from Tyrod Taylor was on an RPO. Board slipped into space, and he's in the mix for the number 5. And also injuries continue to pile up for the New York Giants as outside guard or offensive guard Ben Bredesen, easy for me to say, left with his elbow wrapped up. The Giants' injuries, especially in the offensive line, continue to mount. And as a Giants fan, it's extremely frustrating that these guys can't get out of practice. It seems like every year we're just dealing with injuries, and we're always dealing with them on the offensive line. It's bad enough that this offensive line is extremely thin. We don't have a lot of talent on it outside of the bookend tackles. We know what Andrew Thomas is. Evan Neal definitely has the potential to be an amazing tackle, but he's out of position. He didn't play right tackle in college, and he's a rookie, so he's going to have to learn. But the interior line really isn't very good. It's kind of a mishmash mix of veterans from other teams, and obviously with all these guys being injured, man, Shane Lemieux's hurt, Nick Gates is hurt, Bredesen's hurt now, and there's just a lot of guys that are out for us, and it kind of sucks. You're not going to see any of these guys play against Cincinnati. These guys need all the time that they can get so they can build some continuity and chemistry on the offensive line to help Daniel Jones. But another thing that I want to mention is Saquon Barkley seems to be getting aggravated with the people talking about him running side to side, and he needs to be more of a downhill runner. I guess that's starting to agitate him, but I mean, it is the case. Brian Daboll told him he needs to be more of a downhill runner. I don't think he was talking about Coach Daboll saying he's getting aggravated with him, but the press keeps saying stop dancing around the line of scrimmage, get your 3 yards. I think Barkley knows what he needs to do. I also think Saquon Barkley's poised to have a big season. I really do. I think a lot of people around the NFL are noticing Barkley's explosiveness is back, his confidence is back, and he looks the part of 2018 Saquon Barkley. Hopefully he can stay healthy this year and be close to 2018 Barkley. If he's close, we got an incredible playmaker in the backfield that could certainly help out the offense. And, if he's equal to or exceeds 2018, he's going to win Comeback Player of the Year, I would imagine. Barkley's definitely has always had the talent. He just can't stay on the field, which has just been unfortunate for him. But I look for Barkley to have a big season for sure. So, I don't know, guys. I mean, you let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you guys and girls pay attention to the practice stuff? Do you read this stuff? Do you have opinions on what you think about them? Again, I know a lot of people are like, it's just practice, it doesn't matter. But, I mean, this is true. In the grand scheme of things, practice doesn't matter. You have a practice, you forget about it. But I believe, this is just my opinion, when you practice, you want to hear that they're getting better. You want to hear that they're practicing better, that they're improving in the things that the coaching staff wants them to do, because it means they're getting closer to being better. I mean, good. Like, that's what you want. You want these guys to perfect what they're doing out there so that they can execute the plays and the pass rush and whatever. You don't want to keep hearing, he made a mistake, he missed this throw, he fumbled the pass, he dropped the pass, the guy missed an assignment in the secondary. You don't want to hear that a month into training camp that these guys still aren't figuring it out. So I do like to hear that Kenny Golladay had a big practice. Kenny Golladay is going to be a major part. If we're going to score some points, we struggled in the red zone mightily last year. If we're going to score down there on a more consistent basis, Kenny Golladay has got to be a part of that. The Giants brought that guy in here for that reason. He's never been much of a guy that could separate, but he was always able to go up and get contested catches, and that's what you want down the goal line. You want those big targets. You want to throw that ball up there to the corner of the end zone, and you want your 6'4", 220-pound receiver to go up there and come down with it over the corner or the safety for the touchdown. I mean, that's what he's there for. Obviously, you want him to stretch the field a little bit, too. You want Daniel Jones to take some shots down the field, and you want Golladay to come down the catch like he did today. So that's good news to hear that Kenny Golladay had a really good practice today, and C.J. Board had a couple of touchdowns. C.J. Board, obviously, again, there's a lot of competition. C.J. Board, Darius Slayton, Colin Johnson for that 5th spot. And we'll see how they do on Sunday. I'm looking forward to the game on Sunday. I'm looking forward to the 24-hour stream on Saturday. It's just a couple days away. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do the Giants game on Sunday, and hopefully you guys and girls will tune in for a couple of those events. So thank you guys and girls for watching. I really do appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. It's Bad Dick Dizzle, and I'm out. Peace.